Hi, you guys. So, um, does it look like I'm getting ready to cry? Well, that's because I was. I sat down here and I noticed I had nose hairs hanging down. So, so I yanked them all out. But oh my gosh, it really hurts. Yeah, I'm. Have you ever like? I hope not. Who does this? They say to the best way to grow your channel is just be very honest with your viewers. Well, you guys, I just yanked out all my nose hairs. Jeez. you know, with all the crazy stuff going on in the world right now, it's kind of my job, to get your guys' mind off of it and just kind of have some fun for a while, right? So, for the next couple of hours, just sit back and relax and get your coffee. And no, it's probably not going to be a couple hours, but it might be kind of long. I don't know. You guys, I found more stuff that I want to show you before I throw it away. And you're helping me with the psychology of downsizing, right? Well, I found this folder full of my dad's stuff. And I hope it's not going to be boring, but I found stuff. Have you ever learned something about your parents like after they passed? Something you just never knew, right? And if your folks are still around, good for you. Give them a big hug for me, all right? And just tell them the Mad Camper says hello. But some of this stuff, you guys, blew me away, and I'll tell you about it. And yes, we'll talk about my PET scan. All right, so yeah, go ahead and get your beverage of choice, and we'll do the intro while you're getting your coffee. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. All right, clink. So, sometimes we just have to, enjoy something, right? I hope you enjoy something today. I mean, besides me, but I hope you enjoy me. I don't know. So, you guys, it was 4 a.m. on Saturday when I started shooting, and yeah, we're waking up. So Lumpy, per usual, is just laying there doing nothing. So I don't know what we're going to do with him. But anyway, so I go to the hospital, the cancer center, the radiology, you know what I mean. And I go up to the receptionist and I said, so, okay, I'm here for a PET scan, but I forgot my dog. Is that going to be a problem? And I thought it was funny. Her response was, and I'm like, okay, there we go. And she's like, okay, that's funny. I'm like, I know. Well, I thought it was. So anyway, yeah, interesting. They've got new technology now for a PET scan. If you're familiar with the PET scan, I am. I did tons of research before I had 3 of them, right? So this is my 3rd PET scan. They inject radioactive sugar into your bloodstream, right? And I told you the story of the first one. The nurse brought in this syringe with a big lead shield around it. Well, no, it's new technology now. The nurse comes in with this this robotic thing. Imagine like a big, like a house safe, with the dial on, a big heavy thing on wheels with a motor. And the reason it's so heavy is, yeah, it's got a great big lead shield around it, but it's got an automated pump now, so they don't even have to, inject it. She just hooked it up, and I was a little disappointed. They didn't use my 3rd nipple. My smart port that I've had for 2 years, going on 2 years, you guys, right? I've had my smart port has been implanted. That was one of the first surgeries they did. I told you that story. I was telling jokes on the OR table because they didn't fully knock me out. They wish they would have. I was just sedated when they were doing this. And so I'm like, my girlfriend said she would meet me at the gym, but she never showed up. So I don't think we're going to work out. So, right? Well, so back to the story, a little bit of ADD, you guys. Sorry, and I've said that before. But anyway, so yeah, she hooked me up, and that's fine. It's no big deal. Just this way instead of this way hurt my feelings a little bit, but not a big deal. So yeah, I took a nap for an hour because it takes an hour for the cancer cells to eat that radioactive sugar, right? So then, yeah, the PET scan, and that took a half an hour. So, but it was fine, no big deal. So, yeah, you guys, I have not gotten the results back yet, so I'm sorry. Big letdown, but yeah. So I'm waiting for the results of that PET scan. And you know what's really weird, you guys? I had a dream last night, and I just thought it was really weird. But I had a dream where I was looking at the old-fashioned X-ray, the X-ray material that makes a noise when you wiggle it. It's like, you know what I mean? And there's my liver, and it's just lit up with stuff. Like my liver was like full of like white, spots, more white than dark, which means the PET scan picked up a bunch of stuff. But that was just a dream. Don't even. So yeah, try not to worry, you guys. I will let you know immediately, if not sooner, what my results were. And, it's the weekend now. Yeah, 5 o'clock on Saturday morning. So I'm sure I probably won't get the results, on my phone until maybe Monday or something. But yeah, I'll let you know. All right. So, yeah. So let's do the next thing. What's the next thing? Oh yeah, I know what the next thing is. Okay, let's do that. Ooh, look at him go. I'm very happy with my new purchase. Lori, hope you're doing okay with your L's syndrome. Previous video, you guys. Now, when you guys are getting ready to shoot a YouTube video, do you get frustrated because there's like so much stuff you want to talk about, but that, most of us have the attention span of a hummingbird, right? Sorry, I wanted to do that sound effect. But so you guys, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to talk about my dad's stuff, and then I'm going to throw in, I'm going to intersperse, um, interlace, some other weird stuff. All right, so stuff like this, and stuff like this, and so all right, so yeah, so my dad's stuff, you guys, and most of you know he was a mechanical engineer for Whirlpool Corporation. 13 patents. All right, if I did my math right. But Whirlpool owned the rights to those patents, and so my dad never saw a dime of, you know. But anyway, so mechanical engineer, he designed vacuum cleaners. All right. So this is a very simple drawing. This is just the assembly. All right. It gets really, really complex. And this is all hand drawn, you guys. This is not CAD, CAD, computer aided design like we do now. This was all hand drawn. I have to line this up. I found something really cool, you guys. This is a drawing done on cellulite. No, not cellulite. That's that's a woman problem on the back of the thighs. And you know what? Don't worry about it. Just stop it. No, no, cellulose. So what it is, it's multiple layers. I don't know if you can see that, but it's multiple layers showing the different. Yeah, you can't see that. Sorry, but it's super cool. You guys, my dad was a frickin' dare I say, genius, highly intelligent. I mean, this is an upright vacuum. Look at the detail of this. He hand drew all of this. You know what? Do you guys remember back in the day, if you had a Whirlpool, or I think maybe Sears Kenmore, they rebranded it or whatever. I don't know, but when you pull the electrical cord out and you let it go and it goes right back in. Yeah, that was my dad. He designed that. You're welcome. So you guys, yeah. Amazing. One more thing, and then we'll do something fun. Projects from January 1985 to November 1985. So 11 months, 19 projects that he worked on. Look at number 8. What's number 8? Cord reel. There you go. It's like, you guys, I'm serious. If you guys found out stuff about your parents after they passed, do you kind of feel like you love them more now than you did? I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I'm almost tearing up, you guys, because I had no idea when I was growing up, even through, high school and stuff. Dad never talked about his work, right? When he was at home, he was, and they say men are very compartmentalized, right? It's work, home, whatever. But women, don't get me started on women. I don't know how you guys do it. You guys have everything figured out from like a high level. You can, You women, you know everything that's going on. Men are we're just like, okay, just wait a sec. I have to switch compartments now. Am I wrong? So so oh boy. All right, let's do something funny. I found something funny, you guys. I'm giggling. But back in the day when I was doing this, I was serious about it. People were buying these things. Yeah, it's and this one is the demo when I was just experimenting. This is this is called a cozy donut. And I did tons of marketing. I had brochures and stuff and I was selling these things. It's and yes, I have a sewing machine. Yes, I know how to use it. And so it's complicated. It's actually two layers. So this is filled with rice, right? You see where I'm going with this? And then it's got a removable cover, a fleece cover that you can take off and wash. But you stick it in the microwave for like 2 minutes and you do this, and it's like, or you stick it in the freezer. And so, if you have like tight, your trapezius, your traps are these muscles on top of your shoulders, right? Science. Either hot or cold. And I used to sell these at craft fairs. So, yeah, I sold a boatload of these. I would go to Sam's Club and buy the, I don't know, 50 pounds of rice. So, something else you didn't know about me. Yeah, I used to sew these things. So, and my dad was a little different from me. He was a man's man. And, I talked about how he grew up on a farm, you guys, throwing, 80-pound bales of hay all day. Of course, you're going to look like that, right? So, but, yeah, it's like, Dad, holy crap. Am I right, you guys? So, but no, I am, ow. I embrace my manhood. I taught my boys how to throw hatchets and stuff. I go out there and split wood. I can jack up my trailer. So don't even like, don't call me a sissy. Okay, now, how did you do on your last annual review, your employee review, right? My dad had saved all of his employee, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, his employee reviews. All right, so just for example, well, 1975, 1976, 78, 79, 82, 83. All right, so back in the 70s and 80s, right? Paul Clark, basic knowledge of the job and responsibilities, high achiever. Quantity of work produced, high achiever. Quality of work, high achiever. Dependability, high achiever. Other factors, extremely competent. All of them. Dad was a high achiever through his entire career. And it's not bragging, but I've always been a high achiever also. All my reviews have been, exceeds expectations or whatever. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Now, have you guys ever wondered, or did your parents ever tell you, did Dad tell you how much he actually made I doubt it. Dad never talked about that. We never knew how much Dad actually made. We grew up lower middle income, you know. Um, quick funny story. Very frugal. My family was very frugal. Mom, mom, she would Saturday morning early because we had to get there before everybody else, before the garage door even went up. Do you know where I'm going? Jimmy, don't call me that. Jimmy, we're going garage sailing. Hurry up. Get your clothes on. Mom would drag me to garage sales like all frickin' day. And we were there as the first people, even before the door went up. She would ring the doorbell. Can we look? Can we look at, can we? I'm like, Mom, they're not open yet. And so, you guys, I grew up grade school, junior high, wearing, garage sale clothes. I didn't know any better, but what I hated was like trying on stuff in somebody's garage. Okay, Jimmy, make sure this works. Make sure it fits, Jimmy. I'm like, Mom, right? So, but then junior high, anyone else? Anyone else have the wrong number of stripes on your sneakers? Yeah, my sneakers had 4 stripes instead of 3, like Adidas, right? So all the kids at school knew I had knockoff tennis shoes because they had 4 stripes, so I got teased. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? They work the same. You just spent $100 more on yours. so anyway, so I found all of the letters when my dad got a raise. And nowadays we call it a merit increase. And the great thing about working for the government, county government, we know when we're getting a raise. We don't have to go into the boss's office and whine and complain about it. It's just automatic. So I found these. Okay, 1985, you guys. I didn't know this. Effective March 85, your salary will be increased $135 or 5.5%. It's filled in per month to a new salary of $25.90 per month. And I think this is the latest one. I didn't know this. All right, so I did some science and I calculated $25.90 per month in today's dollars is just a little over 6 figures, 107,000. So, you know what I mean? Back then, it would have been worth, So it's like, way to go, Dad, right? From throwing hay bales, and I found his resume where he goes through, I went to drafting school and then I took these engineering courses and I did all this stuff. And it's like, so talk about, self-made. He lost his dad when he was 13 years old. So my dad grew up without a dad. So love you more, Dad, finding out this stuff, right? But, over 6 figures back then, nice job, Dad. And that's how, now it makes sense how they were able to afford, going on these Alaskan cruises and going through Europe and stuff. And I told you that story, but this was after he retired. So, yeah. So, right. Yeah. So, let's talk about this. Okay, so let me interrupt here for a second. It's Sunday morning. I was up late. It's 4:30. So I went to bed at 6, so I'm bright-eyed and bushy whatevered. So, but you guys, none of you have sent me an email with your address so I can send you the free stuff I got from Walmart. I still have my Head and Shoulders. I still have my Pedialyte that I got for free that I haven't sent back yet. I have plans for this. I'm gonna do onion rings, deep fried, not beer batter because I don't want to go buy beer, but gigantic onion rings, right? So no, you can't have this. But you know what, you guys? It would make me really happy if I could send this to somebody so somebody could actually enjoy this thing instead of throwing it away, you know. It does. And here's another thing. The way I designed these is you can actually fold it in half and then you could do like one side of your, or on a leg or something, or I don't know, might look kind of weird if you go out in public with it, but it would make me happy. The first person that sends me an email, which is down below in the description, with your address, I'll send it to you. And yeah, shipping will be a little bit, but it's okay. I'll pay for shipping. And just so you know, it has a built-in little thing that you tighten, so the rice doesn't fall out. Okay, so that would make me happy. So let me know. All right. And yeah, who wants this? Okay, so really quick, you guys, this is getting to be too long, and it's frustrating because I've got other stuff I want to show you. But so this is my new lava meat lamp. No, this is going to be corned beef. All right. Anybody love a good Reuben? Right? So, yeah, but this has been in the fridge for almost a week now. You're supposed to let it go 10 days. And then I'm going to do mine in the pressure cooker. And anyway, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so really quick, sorry. So, speaking of a Reuben, yeah, I make my own sauerkraut, homemade sauerkraut. And I made the mistake of, I forgot to put a leaf of cabbage on top of here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a glass weight. It has to be sterile, right? But the glass weight holds it all down so it's below the liquid. And remember I told you I had these fancy lids, that automatically release anything that ferments farts, right? I mean, I used to brew my own beer and beer farted like crazy. So you have this little airlock thing on the top of the, well, anyway. So yeah, these lids will burp automatically, So anyway, yeah, corned beef and homemade sauerkraut. And yeah, I'm just saying. Oh, and this is super easy. It's 2 ingredients, cabbage and salt, kosher salt. It's important. So shred your cabbage. I've got not a guillotine, but a mandolin, right? Zing, 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 zing. And this is a half a head of cabbage, all right? And then weigh the cabbage. So put it on a kitchen scale, set it to grams, all right? So whatever that number is, multiply it by 0.02, and that's how much salt goes in there. So usually, like this was like, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon of salt, and then put it in a bowl, mix it all up, scrunch it with your fingers, kind of get the juices started, and let it sit there for a little bit. Put it in the jar. And I've got a special thing that I bought, which is really dumb. It's just a wooden dowel. And you pack the sauerkraut down as hard as you can. All right. And then just let it go. And this has been going for 3 weeks now, I think. It's almost ready. But anyway, let's keep going. Yeah. So Thanks for being here. Thanks for, seriously, thanks for letting me share just stuff that I'm finding downstairs and that I have to get rid of. I can't bring all this stuff with me, right? All this stuff of dad's past, and yeah, so it's hard, you guys. But thanks for letting me share, and thanks for being here, for putting up with me, my ADD and whatnot. But so I've got other stuff I should do, and get back to what you were doing. I don't know what were you doing. I don't know, but so thanks a lot, you guys. I got to use my Australian accent at the end of the video, right? So hey, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. All right. Okay. Thanks again, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. 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 Bye.